guys. Happy Saturday. Ugh, hate weekends. Anyways, alright, so there really wasn't much more about sacred geometry, but we do have ancient symbols of protection and just all kinds of different, just everything in their meanings, and, you know, we all pretty much basically know what, you know, the pentagram represents, you know, what the cross represents, what the Eye of Horus is, but this is just kind of a refresher. So we have the pentagram, or pentacle, which I really don't like it when they call it a pentacle, I just don't know why. So, alright, the Pythagorean, but this is just like so many Easter eggs. So the Pythagorean mystics worshipped the pentacle, or the pentagram. So a pentacle is, or a pentacle which is written or drawn because it has based on the symbol of the goddess Kor, or Kori. I'm not sure if it's Kor or Kori. So frequently thought represented by the apple core. Oh, so it's core, K-O-R-E. So, okay, so the mystics called this a symbol, pentalpha. Ooh, I like that. Pentalpha. The birth letter, interlaced 5 times. So the symbol meant life or health. Okay, so that's perfect. Obviously, why don't we wear those all the time? Why am I not wearing mine? Why don't I have a tattoo of it? I should. So the 5-pointed star also has been known as the star of, who else? Isis. So, or Isis Underground's twin, Nephthys. I love Nephthys. So to the Egyptians, the star represented the underground womb. So yes, pentagrams are pentagrams, pentacles, whatever. Manifestation, always. So the pentacle itself is usually made of stone or wood, having a 5-pointed star inscribed on it, but in most pagan and witchcraft traditions, it symbolizes the element of earth. So the pentagram is frequently used as a magical plate, upon which objects are placed to be magically charged, or presented as ritual objects and offerings. So, yes. Wonderful. The pentagram, the 5-pointed star image, with its line often interlaced, is typically enclosed within a circle, and thus, in most traditions, it is a symbol of protection. So the star is upright, having the single point on top, the ascended position. The top point represents a true spirit, or the goddess. So the other 4 points around it symbolize the elements of creation: earth, air, fire, and water. So the star as a whole symbolizes spirit bringing the elements into harmony. Natural harmony. Natural harmony. Why am I blinking? I don't like this. So the opposite of chaos, a concept taught by, I don't know that word, I don't know who it is, Empedocles, circa 475 BC. What is going on? Why am I... Okay, hopefully that'll work a little bit better. Okay, now we have... Oh, never mind. So yeah, the symbol of man, the microcosm, or of the hermetic magician, was based on the pentacle. So the pentagram represents the macrocosm, with the male figure representing the cosmos within it. His feet, hands, and head touch each of the points, with his genitals located exactly in the center. Makes sense? It does make sense. Perfect. Maybe really need to have one like right here, in that little space between your collarbone. I just think it would be so cool. I don't know why. And then maybe have something else coming off the collarbone. But that's too far. I would feel claustrophobic. Anything in the neck. This even makes me feel claustrophobic. Alright. Alright, so where did I go? So the genitals located exactly in the center. Why am I still blinking like this? It's probably my tablet. Motherfucker. Okay, where'd I go? Okay, so this image is related to, oh god, Phimicus Martinus's remark that man is microcosm ruled by the 5 stars. The circle surrounding the star also represents this safe place in which a witch or pagan or magician can work. The circle symbolizes a binding. So in this instance, binding evil away from the wearer. I can't talk. Why is this doing this? Maybe that'll help. I don't know. Alright, this is really interesting stuff. So So most pentagrams used in modern witchcraft and magic are made of silver, the metal of the moon, and psychic powers. Some, however, are made of gold, the metal of power and energy. Pentagrams are used to consecrate the magic circle, to ground energy and serve food. So pentagrams used for this latter function are usually round discs made of clay or wax. Beautiful. I mean, that would be beautiful, would not? And that's a really, really interesting. The Pythagorean, the Easter egg to, well, no, it would not be Pygmalion. So Pythagorean. But yeah, Easter eggs all over the place. It's fun. Wow, there's, oh my god, there are so many. So now we have the Eye of Horus, which is amazing. Right here. So it was the most common amulet, most common amulet of the ancient Egyptians. So of course, so the meaning is this highly stylized eye of the falcon head, solar and sky god Horus, the Latin version of Hor, American Mary, Hor's Nana, is associated with regeneration, health, and prosperity. So also has become associated with the esoteric and the occult. So another name for the eye is Ujat or Uchat, meaning the sound eye. So Horus, the son of Osiris and Isis, was called Horus who rules with two eyes. His right eye was white, representing the sun, while his left eye was black, representing the moon. According to Egyptian legend, Horus lost his eye during a fight with his murderous uncle Seth. So, to revenge his father's death, Seth tore out his nephew's eye, but lost the fight because the assembly of the god declared Horus the victor. The eye was reassembled by the magic of Thoth. Of course, then Horus gave the eye to Osiris, who experienced rebirth in the underworld. So now, as an amulet for that, the Eye of Horus has three versions: a left eye, a right eye, and two eyes. So the eye is constructed in fractional parts, with 1 1/64 missing, a piece that Thoth added with magic. The Eye of Horus is depicted as a human eye embellished with a topical Egyptian cosmetic extension and subtended by the markings of a falcon's cheek. I like it. So the symbol of modern pharmacies and prescription RX is derived from the three pieces of the Eye of Horus. So that has to go into the caduceus, obviously. And that's really synchronistic because, well, yeah, I have to pick up prescriptions. So, yeah, synchronicity big time right there. I like it. In ancient Egypt, the eye was used as a funeral amulet as protection against evil and rebirth in the underworld, and for decorating mummies, coffins, and tombs. The Book of the Dead instructs that funerary eye amulets be made out of lapis lazuli or a stone called mak. Some were gold-plated. I need a Book of the Dead. Don't have one. Actually, I think I do. So when worn as jewelry fashioned of gold, silver, lapis, wooden, porcelain, or carnelian. Oh, carnelian. I love red carnelian. It's a Virgo stone, and it's also Isis' stone. So is blue lapis lazuli. Anyways. It was called the all-seeing eye. Other attributes associated with it are terror and wrath. Some myths tell that the eye seems to assume a personality of its own, swooping down from the sky to right wrongs. So the latter attributes appear to come from the legend that after the eye was torn out by Seth, it was restored by Isis and then symbolized security of kingship, perfection, and protection against the evil influence of Seth. That's really interesting. That is really interesting. I love that. The Eye of Horus and the Ankh is definitely some of the finger tattoos that I do want. I really do want. Oh, now here's the Ankh. Whoa. Okay, the Ankh. Love the Ankh. So, Ankh. So the Ankh is an Egyptian symbol of life, the universe, and immortality. It is the Tau, or looped cross, called the Ankh, which means both life and hand mirror. It is symbolic of regeneration. As an amulet, it protects against bad luck. As a talisman, it indicates good fortune. Also, it represents the union between the male principle, the staff, and the female principle, the closed loop, birth. So yes, it is also known as crux ansata, which means in Latin cross with a handle. So considered to be the symbol of life, immortality, and the universe. The Ankh is both a symbol of the goddess and godheads. Tau, or loop, at the top has been associated as a symbol of spiritual reflection. So this could be a result of its use by Tutankhamun, whatever, who often used a large handheld Ankh with a mirror positioned in that loop. That would be really neat, actually. So the loop has a couple of common meanings. It represents the 3 upper chakras, also known as the spiritual chakras, which are associated with the divine. It represents the Godhead, not just the masculine, but God as an all-encompassing divine being. It also represents the female principles of the goddess within nature and the divine universe. So, literally, I love the Ankh. So, an Ankh was made of many different materials, from wood and precious stones to metals of gold and silver. Many Egyptian and early pagans placed precious stones within the loop of the Ankh to magnify its spiritual properties of the stone. It's literally a charging device. So an Ankh with an amethyst in the center, for instance, was thought to be a powerful tool for enhancing divination. Could be. In ancient Egypt, the House of Life was a building or group of buildings housing the temple library, the repository of all magical lore that was available to magicians, priests, and laymen. In Egyptian art, the Ankh is shown as a scepter that was carried in the right hand of deities, who would apply it to the nostrils of the head to bring them back to life. It's really interesting, actually. Now, as an amulet, Ankh amulets were composed of faience, semi-precious and precious stones, wax, metal, and wood. So this guy, Tutankhamun, had a hand mirror fashioned into the shape of an Ankh. Isis was depicted holding the Ankh in numerous inscriptions. As an amulet, the Ankh is worn for both good luck or fortune, and to protect against bad luck or energies. So it is seen in the Egyptian art as a scepter in the right hand of deities, as a tool used to open the nostrils of the dead to bring them back to life. As a magical tool, the Ankh can be used for healing and to promote psychic communication with the divine. So some Egyptian art depict a priest or priestess placing an Ankh in the middle of their forehead or over the third eye as a means to connect to the divine god, goddess for communication. I love that idea. That is amazing. This is what I was looking for. This is what I've been wanting, and boof, there it is today. Okay, where'd I go? Okay. Healers often place the Ankh over wounds or areas that require attention to promote regeneration and divine healing. I love that. So yeah, I need to get a giant Ankh. I do. So other meanings, a union of man and woman. So the Ankh represents the union of man and woman and symbolizes the creation of life through this union. Now, according to one of the theories regarding the origin of the Ankh, the symbol might be the combination of the male and female symbols representing Osiris and Isis, the cross and the oval, respectively. It was believed that the union of Osiris and Isis flooded the Nile every year. Obviously, we all know what that means. That's a giant tidal wave, and gave Egypt life by providing fertility. So that is why the symbol is known as the key of the Nile, and this is also the reason it is considered to represent the union of heaven and earth. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. We can just see all the symbolism, all of this in all cultures and all religions, and it just all pretty much means the same. So I don't see why we can't coexist. Alright, now, where'd I go? Okay, the key of the Nile. Okay, so the horizontal part of the cross, this part, represents the division between the heaven and earth, while the vertical part is considered to represent two-way communication between these two realms. Now, life-giving and purifying power of water. This is interesting. So, in some of the ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs, the king was depicted as if he was being fed little ankhs in a way that could be interpreted as breathing life into the king. This kind of sounds like communion, maybe. So, that being said, some hieroglyphs feature the king and two gods washing him over with a stream of little ankhs. Within this context, the ankh symbol represents the purifying power of the water, although some experts suggest that the king in the inscription is washed to regenerate his life. Placed between the eyes of an initiate, the ankh means that the initiate now has the power of clairvoyancy and can now see the world beyond. Therefore, it is also considered as the lock on his mind to make him aware of his duty to keep secret these superior powers and the knowledge of the mystery he now has. I love it. I do. That's amazing. So, okay, death and immortality. So Egyptian gods, Isis in particular, are depicted holding the Ankh in the hieroglyphs of the time. So, this represents that they are immortal, and they are the ones controlling life and death. Therefore, it was believed that the deceased should have had the Ankh on themselves while they were on the boat of the sun god, or while their souls were being weighed, to show that they were seeking immortality. They were seeking the immortality of their gods. So the Ankh is a key to the tomb, which leads to the realm of eternity, the fields of Alu. Alright, so just on a side note, the Anku was used to refer to the dead, while the word Nebonk, meaning life, possessor of life, meaning the possessor of life, was used to refer to whatever, I don't even know that word, wow, Seraphi, drawn on the walls of the temples. The Ankh symbol is believed to provide divine protection for the dead. When it was placed on the mummies, the Ankh symbolized numerous reincarnations. These souls would have to go through until they gain immortality and become godlike entities. Having said that, the polytheistic Egyptian religion is not the only religion that uses the Ankh. Many centuries later, the Ankh symbol was adopted by the Christian Coptic Church and has been used as a symbol of life and death since then. This Ankh is named, this kind of Ankh is named Crux Ansata, or the Coptic Ankh. So when the Egyptians were converted to Christianity in the 1st century AD, they did not all convert. Yeah, they didn't. Where'd I go? Okay, they used both the Ankh and the Christian cross as their symbol of belief. So presently the Ankh is worn as jewelry by many neo-pagans, witches, and occultists. So that's really interesting. I like that. So that's just one of the two, little tattoos that I'm gonna get, which I think is gonna be amazing. So, alright, we will go on to more of these tomorrow because that's really interesting. I really like that. So, alright guys, don't forget tonight at 9 p.m. on Instagram at Real Lucy Davis, Auntie Hilda from Chilling Adventures of Sabrina will be live answering questions about acting. And I think tonight at like 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. this morning, Miranda Otto and Lucy Davis again. So we both have Auntie Z and Auntie Hilda, so that's something to look forward to. So, alright guys, I love you all very much. Thank you guys for watching. Love you all the way from Venus, all the way back down. And I will see you guys tomorrow. So enjoy if you guys watch. If not, yeah, it'll be there to watch later. So I love you all, and everybody have a great Saturn day.